Beautiful women in their 20s are marrying men in their 70s. With just $1,500, you can live a dreamlike life. The food here is so delicious that you'll actually want to gain weight. I'm sure you've never seen a street filled with women this vibrant and beautiful before. This beach is so pure and untouched that it feels like heaven itself. This place is... With a land area of 513,120 square kilometers, Thailand is currently home to a population of around 70 million people. The title of the most populous city belongs to its capital, Bangkok, with a population of about 11 million. Thailand draws its global appeal from a deep history and an unexpected transformation. One of the most striking examples of this is the city of Pattaya, which was once an ordinary fishing village and is now an international hotspot known for its vibrant energy. A major turning point in this transformation came during the mid-1950s with the Vietnam War. Pattaya was used by American soldiers as a rehabilitation and rest base, and after the war ended, the city maintained its popularity and rapidly expanded, evolving into the global destination we know today. So why is this important for Thailand? You might be surprised to learn that Thailand is the only country in Asia that has never been colonized by foreign powers. This unique independence has deeply influenced the nation's cultural and social fabric, making it one of the most remarkable destinations in all of Asia. Therefore, visiting such a rich and distinctive country is definitely a great idea. But what would it be like to live here permanently? How about the quality of life or the cost of living? Many people say that Thailand is a cheap country, but that really depends on the lifestyle you choose. However, one thing is certain, compared to regions like Europe or North America, it is much more affordable. For example, the kind of life you would live in the United States with a monthly budget of $4,000 to $6,000 can be lived more comfortably in Thailand with only $1,500 to $2,000. And this budget covers your apartment, daily meals, bills, transportation, and even entertainment. In other words, your money has so much more value here that whether you choose a bustling metropolis like Bangkok or a peaceful area like Chiang Mai, you'll never have to compromise on your quality of life. The only thing you should pay attention to is the location you choose, as costs can be slightly higher on tourist islands and in the central areas of large cities. So, what should you do if you want to stay or even live here permanently? Actually, there's no need to worry about that either, because in Thailand it's possible to find a home that fits every budget. For example, in Thonglor, you can rent a spacious and luxurious 200 square meter apartment for around $1,500. That's approximately 52,000 Thai baht. If you're on a tighter budget, you can still find comfortable apartments priced between $150 and $230 per month. If your goal is to live in a mid-range villa, expect to pay around 30,000 baht per month, which is roughly $850. And if you're looking for something more luxurious, you can find truly magnificent villas for $1,500 to $4,000 per month. However, never forget that homes on the islands are slightly more expensive than those on the mainland. To get the best accommodation deals, I recommend using online platforms or consulting a local real estate agency for thorough research. Affordable prices in Thailand apply not only to housing, but also to transportation. Getting around is incredibly easy too. Thanks to mobile apps, you can explore every corner of the city without any hassle. And when I say affordable, I mean it. A ride that would cost you $20 to $30 in the United States will only cost about $3 to $5 in Thailand. In addition, in major cities like Bangkok, the BTS SkyTrain and MRT metro systems are clean, efficient, and air-conditioned, making them a real lifesaver during the hot summer days. Plus, they help you completely avoid the city's heavy traffic. For short distances, I recommend using tuk-tuks or motorcycle taxis. However, here's a little warning. Since it's obvious that you're a tourist, prices will likely be higher. That's why my advice is simple. Never hesitate to bargain. If your goal is to settle down in Thailand, I suggest renting a motorcycle on a monthly basis for convenience and flexibility. You can easily do this for around $80 to $135 per month. And one more thing, if you want to travel between the islands and enjoy an unforgettable journey, all you need is about $7 to $20. If you truly want to experience the best of Thailand, I highly recommend trying its delicious cuisine. The country's culinary culture is both affordable and unforgettable. For example, you can enjoy a delicious plate of pad thai for just $2.80. This iconic national dish, a masterpiece of thin rice noodles mixed with shrimp, chicken, or tofu, perfectly balances sweet, sour, and salty flavors. Topped with crunchy peanuts and fresh vegetables, it's such a satisfying meal that you might find yourself wanting to gain a little weight. Even if you eat this dish 3 times a week, it won't break the bank. On the other hand, for about 300 baht, approximately $9, you can try many other unique and delicious local dishes. If you prefer Western-style restaurants, you'll need to pay between $10 and $15 for a meal. If you prefer cooking your own meals, a weekly grocery shopping trip for 2 people will cost you around 2,000 baht, which is roughly $56. The best part is that fruits and vegetables in Thailand are not genetically modified. Eating healthy, natural, and incredibly affordable food is truly one of the country's greatest advantages. Also, Thailand has a rich coffee culture, so you can be sure you'll enjoy some truly unique brews and at very affordable prices. So, after your meal, I definitely recommend taking a coffee break. After enjoying Thailand's incredible cuisine, the first place you should visit is, of course, its world-famous postcard-perfect beaches. Crystal clear waters in every shade of turquoise, soft white sands, and lush tropical greenery make these shores a true paradise on Earth. And one of the most beautiful corners of that paradise is Patong Beach. This stunning coastline in Phuket is full of life during the day, with water sports and sunbathing areas, and transforms into a completely different atmosphere at night with lively bars and restaurants. What makes it even better is how affordable it is. For example, you can buy fresh coconut water from local vendors for about $1 to $3. You can also try delicious local street snacks for around the same price. If you plan to stay at the beach longer, you can rent a sunbed and umbrella for $3 to $6. In short, for just around $12 to $13, you can experience paradise on Earth. If you want to have an unforgettable experience in Thailand, I highly recommend experiencing its famous nightlife. The country takes on a completely different atmosphere after dark, and the best example of this is Pattaya. This place is truly the heart of nightlife. Especially Walking Street, Pattaya's most famous avenue, is filled with well-known restaurants, nightclubs, bars, and live music venues on both sides. From 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., the street is closed to traffic and transforms into a stage of entertainment, music, rhythm, and beautiful girls. The energy here never fades, and honestly, you will not want it to. The next stop for nightlife is Phuket, especially Bangla Road in Patong. Just like Walking Street in Pattaya, this place comes alive after sunset. In fact, if you want to enter a club to have fun or grab a drink, finding a spot will not be easy. Speaking of drinks, let's take a look at the prices of nightlife in Thailand. To be honest, everything is quite affordable. For example, a beer in the bars and clubs on the streets I mentioned costs around $2 to $3, while in more upscale and popular venues, it costs around $8 to $9. If you want to enjoy a unique cocktail, prices generally range from $6 to $7 and can go up to $11 or $12 in some luxury venues. Also, most venues have no cover charge, or it is included in the price of your first drink. Of course, what makes Thailand unique isn't just its vibrant nightlife or affordable drinks. It's also the incredibly kind and warm-hearted people. In fact, the country is often considered a paradise, especially for Western and older visitors over the age of 70. One of the main reasons for this is that Thai women tend to prefer a certain type of man. They value respect and, of course, financial stability far more than age or physical appearance. That's why Thai women are generally more open-minded and friendly toward men from different backgrounds. For example, Northern European men are particularly known in Thailand for being stable, calm, and generous, traits that are highly appreciated by Thai women. By the way, it's almost impossible to come across an unattractive woman in Thailand. These women, by their very genetics, possess a unique, natural beauty and a warm, genuine smile. With their curvy figures and smooth, sun-kissed skin, they offer a true visual delight. Their shiny black hair often flows gracefully over their shoulders, while their almond-shaped dark eyes carry a deep and inviting gaze. Their facial features strike a perfect balance, sharp yet soft, with high cheekbones and full lips that make them appear both exotic and incredibly captivating. That's why Pattaya, Jomtien, and Hua Hin are among the cities where older men most often settle or dream of settling. Hua Hin offers a calmer and more elegant atmosphere, while Jomtien provides both peace and quick access to Pattaya's lively lifestyle. Therefore, these cities are ideal options for those seeking a different way of life during their retirement years. Meanwhile, it is important to remember that nightlife in some parts of Thailand, particularly in Pattaya, also involves different types of social interactions. Here, you can find venues that include not only transgender individuals known as katoi in Thai, but also other people working in the entertainment industry. Therefore, newcomers should always be aware of the rule known as the 3-day rule. This rule suggests not spending more than 3 days with the same person. The idea behind this is to prevent emotional attachment and to remind visitors that these relationships generally exist within a specific framework of understanding and expectations. Furthermore, this rule plays an important role in respecting local dynamics and managing expectations. Thai women are generally family-oriented and place great importance on tradition. However, in tourist areas, these unique dynamics can present a very different reality for Western visitors. Therefore, if you plan to establish long-term relationships in Thailand, it is crucial to understand these cultural differences and always prioritize mutual respect. Also, while Thailand is often called the land of smiles, it's wise to stay alert, especially in areas where nightlife is vibrant. To avoid getting robbed, make sure to keep your valuables in hand at all times. In recent years, reports of scams in tourist-heavy regions have slightly increased. Be particularly cautious with tuk-tuk drivers or street vendors who offer special tours or claim to have access to private places. These are often traps designed to take your money. Furthermore, in any kind of social interaction, it's crucial to be clear about your expectations and boundaries. This will help you stay safe, avoid misunderstandings, and ensure your experience in Thailand remains positive and enjoyable. So, what kind of work should you do if you come to Thailand? In fact, Thailand has recently become a popular destination for digital nomads. The country's affordable cost of living, fast internet infrastructure, and vibrant social environment make it an ideal combination for those who want to work remotely. Modern co-working spaces and cafes with high-speed Wi-Fi not only help you stay productive, but also provide great opportunities to socialize and connect with others. Additionally, if you are only visiting Thailand, you should definitely experience the famous Thai massage. To enjoy this unique experience, you will need to pay approximately 400 to 500 baht, which is about $11 to $14. It's a very reasonable price to treat yourself. So far, I've mostly talked about the positive sides of Thailand. But like every country, Thailand also has its downsides, and the most important one is, of course, water quality. It's not safe to drink tap water, cook with it, or even wash products using it. That's why most Thais prefer to use bottled water instead. For remote workers, the biggest challenge is the 12 to 14-hour time difference. This can make it difficult to stay in touch with family and friends. However, thanks to modern technology, these challenges can largely be overcome. In conclusion, Thailand is a unique destination that exceeds expectations and nourishes the soul. With its affordable cost of living, breathtaking nature, and warm-hearted people, it will awaken your adventurous spirit while bringing peace to your inner self. This is the exotic paradise that hides surprises in every corner and truly makes you feel young again. So, do you want to enter this paradise? Let me know in the comments. See you next week. Take care.